We're on the air. This is crazy.
So,
Hey,
what's
welcome,
happening?
welcome to another very special episode of Cheap Shots.
Super
I'm Micah
Bowl-ish.
Warren, along with everyone's favorite tight end, Luther Broughton.
What's up,
And
people?
Luther, what's that?
No, I said, what's up, people?
Yeah, what's going on? So there was a game on Sunday. We're gonna get to it.
Oh,
Actually,
we're not starting with something else, are we? With that terrible light in your background? Like, all I see is a light shining and shit.
Well, I don't really have a professional studio at the moment, so
Yeah, me either. I also don't have a flashlight on top of my head.
I don't have a
Anyways,
flashlight.
we're not starting outside of the Super Bowl,
All
especially
right,
since we couldn't record last week.
all right.
We're not talking about James Harden yet, because I know that's what the hell you want to talk about, probably.
I do. I do.
We're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's
all right.
talk about the fact that we had about 700 straight playoff games decided by one freaking score. Was that not amazing?
This was the best NFL playoffs I can remember outside of, if your team is in
No,
it,
this is
obviously.
the best NFL playoffs I can remember, regardless of if your team is in. My team being in it and winning, that's a different best playoff. That's euphoric.
Okay.
That's
All right.
that's not the same. That's not the same. From someone from another planet comes down and starts to understand football and watches, and they go, "Holy hell! Is this what happens every year during the playoffs?" No, not really. But this year, this is what we got.
Right.
So now that we've discussed that, let's
Yeah.
fast forward to the fourth quarter. Why did they decide to get involved? Why did they decide to get involved? And I'm going to just say they, because I shouldn't be talking about them. Why did they decide to get involved after not being involved all game?
Referring to.
Them with stripes on. That was
Oh, I thought you were
not a
talking about like
holding.
I thought you were talking about like white people or something.
You are so racist. I even skipped the halftime show so you won't be racist. Listen, that third down play was not holding, was not pass interference with that linebacker on Cup. That was a nothing play. And everybody's saying, well, they missed the offensive pass interference against T. Higgins on Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, they missed that. You know what else they missed? They missed Jalen Ramsey holding T. Higgins in the first half in the goal line. So they decided they didn't want to be involved until the fourth quarter when they had to be involved. And guess what, Micah? When they call holding after all of this now, they decided that they wanted to call holding against the Rams offensive line on the initial touchdown catch. And they called like a roughing when the safety Bates, I believe it was, hit Cup when he caught the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They called, what did they call? Like roughing or something on him. So it ended up being offsetting penalties. What else is he supposed to do besides try to knock the ball out? He didn't hit him in the head.
Right. No, I agree. Look,
listen,
I'm
Micah,
not usually one to complain. I don't usually complain about refereeing.
Me either. Especially since I had no dog in the fight. I had nothing. Micah, you might want to get your face in the camera. All I see is your big ass nose.
I know, but and then you yell at me for having the light behind me.
Micah, why can't you move to like the side?
Just the light's in the middle of the room. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my light's in the middle of the room, so I decided to move here. Listen, it's there you go. That's better.
Is that better?
I mean, you could turn that light off and the lamp will be enough. Seriously, it's really bright.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. Like, get your life together. There you go.
That lamp is not enough now.
Yeah, now we can't see you. It's not my fault that your light is shitty. All right, you might want to.
I'm gonna stay dark then, because otherwise I end up looking angelic.
You might want to turn that back on now. You look stupid.
Seriously?
Yeah, it looks stupid now. You look like you're in a scary movie. You look like that movie that sucked that they did to really get advertising for, and it was awful.
Blair Witch Project?
Blair Witch Project, that one. Of course you remembered it. You're so white. Oh, God. Yeah, that.
I wonder if Zach can put in the scroll. One of the things we're going to be discussing is lighting issues.
Well, I
Luther and
wonder if
Micah break down lighting.
my beautiful black skin looks good under any lighting. That's probably what it is.
Your lighting is better. Your lighting is always better than mine, no matter where I go. It doesn't matter any room, anybody's house, no matter where I'm doing this show from. The lighting always stinks.
Whatever. Let's get back to the Super Bowl. But you
Yeah.
were saying you had no dog in the fight. Go.
Oh no! My thing with the refs, because I really believe. Look, there's millions.
It's a
and millions
tough job.
It is a very tough job, especially when they keep adding new rules. The guys are getting faster and stronger. It's a lot to try and keep an eye on. I get it.
But you're the best of the best. Micah, why did they decide that they wanted to get so involved at that point? They didn't call any of the close plays earlier, but then they decided we have to be involved.
Well, see, that's the point I'm trying to make. First of all,
the consistency.
Just call it the same way the entire time.
Just call it the same way the entire time.
Like
that's all I want.
When you're watching baseball, I don't care where your strike zone is. It better be the same the entire game.
It better be the same. Don't give me Maddox calls and then all of a sudden it's like, you're not giving me that?
Mm-hmm.
You're not giving me that? Like you just gave me that for 7 innings. So
exactly.
So you took the words. I think you were getting to where I was getting to. We finally agree on something. I just want consistency. Just be consistent. You don't have to, dude. How do you go 93% of the game? Yes, random ass number. 93% of the game one way, and then the rest of the game you go, okay, time to tighten it up. You know who else screwed the pooch, bro? Cincinnati's offensive coaching. How do you not run the ball? They couldn't really stop the run, and they punted 4 straight possessions, and the Rams couldn't stop the run. The Rams just pinned their ears back and started rushing the passer and sacked the shit out of Burrow. And
which is bad news when it's Aaron Donald.
Which is bad news. But guess what happened when Cincinnati ran the ball? 5 yards, 6 yards.
You know what that reminds me of too? Remember when the Bears played the Colts in the Super Bowl, and Cedric Benson and Thomas Jones were running all over him, and they decided to put it in Rex Grossman's hands. Well, here comes Kelvin Hayden. That game's over.
Yes. What, dude? And and one of my buddies was talking to his friend, and they're it's fandom. It's some people talk about football at a higher level, and he was like, well, it's okay. It's good to see Matt Stafford win one. He's in his 13th year. Joe Burrow will have plenty more years to get one.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
No, it's not. I mean,
that's not how it works.
I agree. I mean,
never get back there. He may never get back there. As good as he is, he might never get back there, bro.
Marino never got back. Yeah,
Damn,
I remember seeing
I ain't fucking agreeing with you, dude.
I remember seeing an interview with Michael Vick saying that he didn't take that NFC Championship game against the Eagles all that seriously, which is not shocking because that's Michael Vick.
Young Michael.
But he was like, I just figured I'd get back there. It wouldn't be a problem.
But that's how it is when you're young and invincible.
Fair.
You do dumb shit like drive drunk because you think you're not gonna fucking wreck and kill yourself. And no, I'm serious. You do dumb stuff.
No, I know that's fair, but I wouldn't equate drunk driving with Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl.
No. I'm equating drunk driving to dumb decisions when you're young and invincible. You do really dumb stuff. I did it. I'm telling you, I got behind a wheel after leaving the club, and you get a fucking cab, dude. You're in Philly. That's
Well, I
before
wouldn't
Uber.
want to pull a Rugs if you're going to be drinking at the club. I don't think going
Dude, no,
180 miles an hour is a good idea.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, even if I'm driving the speed limit, you're not in the right state to be
You're
behind a
impaired.
wheel. You're impaired. You do stupid stuff, even when you're not young. But when you're young, you think you're invincible. You think you're going to get back. You think you're going to be a star. You think you're going to get a big deal. That shit could be over in a couple years, a couple weeks. Your career could be over. It happens so fast. Man.
I don't know that Carson Palmer was ever the same after the Von Olafson hit against the Steelers in the playoffs the one year.
Yeah, that was tough.
But that while we're sharing dumb stuff you do when you're younger, there was a time when I was like 16 and a couple of my friends would take like street signs. I mean, what are you doing with that? And it was my own neighborhood.
And we did dumb stuff, dude. We did dumb stuff. We listened to dumb stuff. Let me tell you, I was just telling someone this the other day. And this might not be something that you guys listen. You when you got your sex education on the school bus, the dumbass other 8th graders telling you about sex education and the whole, oh yeah, you can't get pregnant the first time. You can't get a disease from kissing. How do you know? How do you know, Timmy, who has never seen a boob before? And then we go out and we think that's true. And then then we go to, I remember going to sex ed class, right? And learning all this shit. And we were like, I don't know, freshmen. And we didn't even go to lunch that day. We all went outside in our little spot outside in lunch break and just basically looked at each other and was like, yo, all the fucking information we thought we knew is not true, dude.
Your whole world was turned upside down.
Our whole world was like, we were like, dude, that's like all the stuff we thought was true wasn't true. And also, what was all that stuff inside this girl's body? Like, you know how they show you all the pictures. We know what we have. We got the, then it's like all this stuff, and it's like, oh man, like my whole life is ruined. Like, that's not exactly how we learned it on the school bus.
No.
You're stupid, dumb, and you do dumb shit.
So that's how we got on this topic of being young and dumb and
being
turned into 14-year-old semester of phys ed class. I have another question for you, and if you agree with me, we won't have the conversation because that's not fun. So this topic came up regarding the Super Bowl, and I don't know if I told you, Luther, I have 2 new black friends.
Really?
Yeah.
What's with you? So you have 4 total now.
And you?
Well, I'm your father-in-law, so.
Oh, shut up! The mom cracks. Anyway, so he posted something on Facebook. It was regarding the Super Bowl, obviously regarding Cooper Kupp, and he was just opining out loud, saying, "Who's the best white wide receiver of all time?" And I'm looking at all these kids that are like 26 years old, naming guys from like the past 5 to 10 years.
Steve Largent or
Don Hudson.
Oh, Don Hudson. Yeah. We just agreed again, and I don't like how this show is going.
No, definitely not. But here's my question to you. So, because this is where the argument went with one of our longtime listeners today. Do you agree that you can only judge an athlete by their era?
I think it's hard to do. It's hard to judge across eras because of the rule changes
and the athletics.
But listen, like let's say Don Hudson, they didn't freaking pass every down back then.
I know. You should look at his numbers from 1942. I mean, he had more numbers than the entire league put together.
Look at the third wideouts now compared to the matter of fact. Look at Lynn Swann's Hall of Fame numbers.
He never had 1,000 yards in a
He
season.
never had 1,000 yards in a season. That's like people. We do live in the moment, and I don't want to crash your conversation, but it goes with it. Now everyone's putting Matt Stafford in the Hall of Fame. Everyone. You realize Matt Stafford has never been an All-Pro?
Yep.
I'm not talking Pro Bowl.
I know the difference between All-Pro and Pro Bowl.
No, I'm talking to the fans.
Oh,
I'm not talking because we have 12 of them, and most of them are, and 4 of them are parents. So the Pro Bowl, he's only had 1 Pro Bowl, Micah, which is crazy. And we live in an era where you can pass for 8,000 yards a season. Listen, I'm not hating on Matt Stafford, but we're such creatures of the moment, bro. We're such creatures of the moment. We can't stick him in the Hall of Fame because he won a Super Bowl the other night.
I agree. They're gonna add that to his pinball machine numbers.
And he should. He should. He's a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he, whatever. But I'll go back, though. I did say earlier in the season, I think Matt Stafford is going to be the difference for the Rams, and they'll probably get them over the hump to win the Super Bowl. Remember that?
Well, he better be, because have you looked at
I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that you and I had that discussion between him and Goff, and I said I think he's the difference to get them over the hump. I think the quarterback was the difference there. But I don't want to say I told you so, but I do want to say that. But let's get back to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I hate it, when we start to get, and we do it all the time. You and I joke all the time, but a lot of people are dead ass serious because Cooper Kupp is now a white is a white receiver.
He's a Wes Welker type.
Like he's and no, he isn't either.
I know, but that's what they say about every wide receiver.
Exactly. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. What is he, like 6'2"?
I don't know how tall he is. I know he's damn good.
Cooper Kupp is a baller. And what Cooper Kupp becomes now is like it's now a white receiver. Or I see the whole why should he have won the MVP? Aaron Donald should have. You know what? There's a huge argument for Aaron Donald, but you know why people are saying that? Because the wide receiver won it and he's white. And the most people are saying that kind of look like me. And it's annoying, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I didn't think he got it because he was white.
No, I'm saying people are saying that Aaron Donald should have won it. And the reason they're making such a strong argument for it is because the receiver that won it is a white dude. If it was Odell Beckham, they would have been like, ooh, yeah. See, he wasn't the problem in Cleveland. He's so great. And it's like.
I would say this. First of all, people do, in terms of picking MVPs and things like that, they do love their stats. Well, defensive tackles don't really get them. I mean, they do sort of, but it's not you're not getting volume numbers as a defensive tackle. No, you're not
getting volume numbers, but I heard a volume of his name, and he was dominant.
He's an absolute game wrecker. Absolutely.
He's a game wrecker. And he was a game wrecker when it mattered. Dude, he wanted that ring so bad. Dude, have you seen the clips of the final play?
Maybe. I don't.
Jalen Ramsey was on the ground. Jamar Chase was doing like this. Aaron Donald made the play. Chase was going to score. I'll send it to you after we get off. He was open down the field if Aaron Donald didn't make that play. That dude is so
How much do you love Jamar Chase?
Oh, he's so big too.
I know.
Him and T. Higgins are going to destroy people for years. Who are you?
Burrow, for sure.
With Burrow. And guess what? They're going to get like a tight end. They're going to get someone else soon. Because somebody's going to be like, yeah, I think I want to go there.
They're going to be, certainly a much more attractive free agency spot. Of course, they got to do something about that line. I mean, that is not a Super Bowl line.
They'll do something about that line. They'll do something about it. They'll spend a lot of resources on that line. But somebody's going to take a few less dollars to go play on that offense.
Which I never thought anybody would say about the Bengals ever.
Yep.
Because no one wants to play for Mike Brown. Come on. There was years he didn't even have a scouting department. So cheap. But they got to keep Joe Burrow upright. I didn't know this. Did you see the stat that he was the most sacked quarterback to ever make a Super Bowl? I mean, imagine if they kept him upright.
Dude, ain't that crazy, bro?
And you know what else, Luther? I think they're gonna need another corner. Eli Apple's terrible.
Well, he was a placekeeper. I mean, of course they need another corner.
And he's a former first-round pick.
I hate the fact that he did all that talking after beating the Chiefs. I'm like, dude, you're a jag at this point in your career. You were so bad in Carolina that the Panthers cut you during the season, and the Panthers need corners. That's how bad he was.
Was he a Gettleman pick in New York?
No, he wasn't a Gettleman pick. Wait.
He was a first-round pick of the Giants.
I don't think he was a Gettleman pick.
Oh. Because you could just put that on his resume.
I could be wrong because Gettleman has made – no, because he's too small to be a Gettleman pick. He picks big guys. That's why he picked Saquon. He saw those legs, and he was like, ooh, fine. He's not a lineman, but look at those legs.
Yeah, he does not have a good draft history. The Giants are – doing bad. I mean, even their more on the topic, even some of their free agency signings are just terrible.
I love it. Keep doing it, buddy. Oh wait, he's no longer there.
Speaking of the NFC East.
No, Micah. I want you to go ahead and have your way. I know I crashed your
what's my way?
Party. Your Harden-Simmons party. I know I crashed it.
All right, we'll do Harden-Simmons now.
Yeah, that's go ahead. You know why I'm rushing you there?
Because you have a lot to say about it?
I'm going to give you one guess. What was I doing right before we got to the show?
I'm not saying that on air.
Dude, my stomach is bubbling, bro.
Okay.
I don't know what.
This is quality radio.
It is. I think either I'm gonna have to take like a 4-minute break and let one loose.
We can wrap it up with the Harden-Simmons stuff.
I might be able to go a little bit longer. The restroom is only right there, so if I run off, then you'll know.
Well, historically with this show, you have no problems just getting up and walking away and leaving me all by myself without really any heads up. You were cooking something years ago once, and you had to go into the kitchen and check on like some brisket or something. I was like, could you maybe do that after?
Yeah, we were cutting the show. It wasn't live or video. It was some shit we got cut and sent in.
It was live. And
Come on, let's go. Come on,
that's right. That's right.
Yes,
Your stuff.
Yes, I just cut
you
off.
As a Sixers fan,
I make the rules.
Yeah, as a Sixers fan,
I'm not a Sixers fan. I'm a Hornets fan.
I'm talking about myself.
Oh.
I look at it and you say, because they're like, oh, they gave up way too much. Well, you gave up a guy in Ben Simmons
Can you tell the fans what happened? Some of these people don't know what happened.
The trade?
Yes.
Oh, about what happened with Ben Simmons.
With the trade, yes. What happened? What are we talking about?
All right. First of all, there's a reason Ben Simmons got traded.
No. All right, people. Ben Simmons got traded this week because Micah didn't tell you guys that.
What other Harden-Simmons trade went down this week?
I mean, there's some people there that doesn't know. I mean, there's a young lady trying to get on the show. She doesn't know what's going on. We got to prep these people. We got to let them know. They don't all just come out making briskets from day one. Some of them do scrambled eggs first.
Okay. So the Philadelphia 76ers sent...
Boom.
Huh?
I said boom.
Okay. Sent Ben Simmons, their former #1 overall pick in the entire draft, was supposed to be the next coming. Didn't really happen that way. He has absolutely zero heart whatsoever. Just doesn't seem like he wants to be out there. And I don't know if you know this, Luther. That doesn't really fly in Philadelphia at any sport.
Bro.
You could be a mediocre player in any sport in Philadelphia, but if they think that you work hard, they'll love you.
They love you.
You don't even have to be good.
Dude, you could actually be a star and play kind of hard and have kind of some heart. They might say something, but you could get a little bit of a pass. The fucking guy was mad because they told him he needed to get better, and he decided to forego like $20 million because he didn't want to play for them anymore because his coach and the best player on the team thought he needed to play better in the playoffs. They thought he needed to be better.
I don't even think it's about being better. It's can you try? I mean,
Micah, that's what they said. That's what triggered him. They thought he needed to be better. Guess what, Micah? My son, last year he was 7. He's now 8. He said Ben Simmons was bad in the playoffs. He was 7. He said, boy, Ben Simmons, he's supposed to be good. He was really bad.
You know what? It's not even.
He's 7. He's 7. Why can't you take that criticism and work on your game instead of pouting the entire time? And then, Micah, then he also said he thought Doc Rivers should have done more to try to get in touch with him. While
he shut his phone off to the entire organization.
That he shut the organization off. While admitting that he shut the organization off. I can't. I just can't. I can't.
You know what it is?
I can't with him.
Okay. Look, I agree with you. And everyone always starts with the fact that he can't shoot a jump shot and won't shoot a jump shot. And that's true. But he has an ability to take it to the rack. But he doesn't want the contact because he doesn't want to go to the free throw line and embarrass himself. Iverson made a living doing that.
Dude, he doesn't even have to be. Dude, how are you such a wuss, dude?
He doesn't. I wouldn't say he has the heart of a champion. And for those that don't know, the absolute kicker, icing on the cake, I mean, just absolute dagger in his Philadelphia career to end that Hawks game at the end of the playoffs last year, standing under the basket. For those of you who don't know, Ben Simmons is 6'10", so he can dunk.
He could be even a little bit taller.
Fine. Standing under the basket by himself, decided to pass it instead of just dunking the ball.
Dude,
he doesn't want any parts of anything.
They should put that as a statue in front of
outside of the Wells Fargo Center.
It can't be outside of Wells Fargo.
So the bottom line is Ben Simmons has not played for the Sixers this year, citing mental health issues, which we have to always be careful with that. But we all know his mental health issues are, I can't go back out in front of that Philly crowd. They will destroy me.
Dude,
and
listen, man.
He knows
I'm sorry, man. I am huge on mental health. Huge, man.
100%. I agree.
I cannot believe this guy is already out there with his team. And then he's saying, oh, my team knew about it before we talked about it. It was before that. I'm working on it. It's getting better. Now isn't he
already practicing with the Nets?
He's already practicing with the Nets.
Man, somebody must have gotten him like some Wellbutrin or something. And so I looked at the trade this way, and I'll run it down real quick. So it's Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and who was the third guy? Andre Drummond. I wasn't thrilled about losing Curry and Drummond, but you got to give to get.
Listen, man, you got to give to get. And here's the thing. Andre Drummond is a 1-year free agent, right?
Yeah, he's a backup center.
He's a backup center. They're going to miss him, yes. Seth Curry is a shooter. And he's also Doc's son-in-law.
Yeah.
He's going to miss hanging out with his father-in-law, having
Thanksgiving might be awkward.
Thanksgiving might be awkward, all that stuff, right?
So in addition to that, though,
the trade kicker and all that.
So I'm fine with those three players because Simmons, that's a
He
given.
wasn't playing.
He wasn't even playing.
He
So you
wasn't playing.
essentially you sent Seth Curry and Andre Drummond to the Brooklyn Nets for James Harden, who's a bona fide superstar, even if he's not what he used to be completely, but still, and 2 first-round picks. Now, Luther,
Dude,
what do you think of first-round picks?
One of the first-round picks is in 2048, and the other one is protected. Come on. And the one that's a couple years, like next year or whatever, is going to be pick what? 27?
That's my point. And you know what first-round picks are worth in the NBA.
And the NBA, people are they're like, oh, the Sixers got robbed. No, they didn't. Actually, I think it was a good pick for a good trade for both teams. Actually, yeah. And the Sixers were already winning without. I can't say hate. I hated that they lost Curry. I hated that they lost that shooting. I like Curry, but you can't have it all.
Harden can shoot too.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing that bothers me about that is Ben got his way because he hurt his trade value. He hurt his trade value by
he boxed in the entire organization.
He boxed
what was Daryl Morey going to do?
Dude, if he had played, they could have even done an even swap, and not given up anything.
Especially because he's pretty highly functioning in the regular season.
What a wimp. And then there's Harden. Let's flip this around. You need to go ahead and win now because Harden already wrote his Sixers resignation letter before he got there.
Well, he opted in for next year.
No, he didn't make the time. He didn't turn it in time. They missed the deadline.
Huh?
They missed the deadline.
Who did?
So, who do you think did? There's only one person who can make that move. It's him and his agent. They missed the deadline. He's not opted in. Either way, he's going to get pissed off at the Sixers within.
He is opted in.
Okay, now, I don't think I want to argue that point with you. I don't want to belabor that point.
Okay.
But he missed the fucking deadline. He wanted to opt in. He missed the deadline. He didn't opt in. He's not opted in. He wanted to opt in. They missed the damn deadline. Okay, with that being said, he's probably going to re-sign this summer anyways. He's just going to get mad at them at some point, too. He's also another fucking head case. But the Sixers' window is open. The Sixers' window is open.
This is Harden's third team in 3 years. That's not an accident when you're that good. It's just not.
Right. It's not. It's not. And guess what? You can have a good relation. You could change up and have a good relationship for 6 months. You could win. That's all they need right now, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if
have
you seen the Eastern Conference standings?
It doesn't matter. All you need to do, you need to win. You just need to get in the playoffs. Look at what happened with the Hawks last year. They got hot and won, right?
For sure.
The Sixers will beat the hell out of anybody in the playoffs if they have a healthy team and their second best player would take layups. They'll beat anyone. And I'm certain their second best player will now shoot layups.
And maybe they'll get something out of Tobias Harris. Boy,
and maybe also shoot a three. At least Tobias Harris will shoot a three and go to the basket and defend and also won't cry if someone tells him he needs to get better.
And I'll tell you what, keep an eye on that Tyrese Maxey, man.
I don't need to keep an eye on him. He's got everybody's eyes open. That fucking guy can play. You guys didn't have to lose him in the trade or Thibault.
No, I think those were the deal breakers. And Thibault doesn't give you a ton of minutes. He's maybe the best defender in all of basketball.
He could defend
better than anyone I've seen.
I
wish he gave you more on offense, but okay.
I don't know about all that, but all I know is he can defend his ass off. And when the playoff comes around, it becomes a half-court game. You need people who can defend.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you what no one else has. A player that can defend number 21 for the Sixers.
Oh,
No one else has a guy who can defend that guy. No one in the NBA. No one.
No,
So
not Anthony Davis. Not
dude,
not
why
Giannis.
are you even mentioning his name? He can't defend Embiid, and he's a wuss. All you got to do is
I'm just trying to think of guys
time.
his size.
He's not even his size. He's a skinny dude. Dude,
he's 7 feet tall.
He's not 7 feet tall. The person his size just got traded from his team to go to Brooklyn. Well, that's the only person who's going to give them a problem is Brooklyn. When Brooklyn gets healthy, Brooklyn will be talented, and Brooklyn will be talented. They'll also have Ben Simmons.
Quick question, though, regarding Brooklyn in the playoffs.
Oh, God.
Are they still going to only have Kyrie?
I don't know. That's a huge question. That's a very good question. That's a tremendous question.
For those that don't know, the NBA require, or actually, it's certain areas that require. It's a New York mandate that he has to get vaccinated. He refuses to do it, so he can't play home games.
New York is lifting some of their mandates, so he might be able to play. Let me tell you what's funny, Micah. Let me tell you what's funny. It could be whatever area. I think he can play. I think he can play road games in New York.
Really?
Yes, I think so. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. God. But he can't. It's so dumb, bro. But why is he a martyr for no reason? Whatever.
He also thinks he's. I think he changed his tune, but he's also a flat earther.
Yeah, he's weird, bro.
You went to Duke.
Yeah, he went to Duke for 3 weeks.
Doesn't matter. You might at least maybe seen a globe on campus.
You know who else went to Duke? Miller, who was Trump's right hand.
Stephen Miller, yeah.
Right hand racist. So
there's total racist. Man, if there's a more punchable face, I don't know. I've never seen it.
More punchable hairline.
All right, let's wrap this up then, Luther. And we'll be back next week, and pretty soon we'll have new show times to announce.
Nude? We're not doing nude shows.
We aren't?
Did you say nude shows?
New show times.
Oh, I'm like, what the hell happened in the past? What contract did you sign in the past few weeks?
I got a good deal from these guys. Anyway, Luther,
it's doing nude shows. I need to know what these numbers are because I'm gonna have to get in shape because the shape I'm in right now is round.
All right.
Also, I'm gonna have to talk to Lunia about.
We had to wait for the mom crack.
Yeah, she's not gonna want me to be showing my goods.
Yeah, she's very protective of you. Screw you. Anyway, we'll do it again next week. Go take care of your stomach.
I'm about to go destroy this toilet, boy.
Oh my God, it's so unprofessional.
What? This is an unprofessional setting.
Yeah, we aren't the most professional show, that's for sure.
Yes, I cursed a lot tonight. I've been trying.
You did. I got to bring back Luther's swear jar.
For real. By the way, the last time we had a show, the Hornets were 6 games above 500. You know what the Hornets are right now?
What?
500!
Ooh.
I'm so irritated with them.
Yeah. Actually, they're on the edge of the playoffs, though. Aren't they one game out of the playoffs?
Bro, we were 5. We're 9 now.
Yeah, I think I just saw that. Anyway.
We've had quite a few injuries, but whatever. That's no excuse. Good grief. The East is pretty freaking pretty tied up. Can you turn your ringer off during the show?
My daughter's trying to FaceTime with me.
Oh, go talk to your daughter.
But anyway, look. Thanks to the Props Network. Go bet stuff.
All right, bye.
All right. For Luther Broughton, I'm Micah Warren.
And we'll
see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.